the grassroots segment, and we do start with Ibis Football Club. Oh my word. Oh, Ibis FC at gmail.com. Sorry, Ibis Football Club at gmail.com is where you need to email if you want to play for Ibis. Oh, that's Bottomania stuff right there. But it's one. There was Ibis Football Club at gmail.com if you want information on playing for the club. Facebook.com/ibis.fc, IBIS.FC, Twitter.com/ibis_football or at ibis_football on Twitter. IbisFC.co.uk is the official website for the club. And big shout to JT, aka John Timmins, who runs the website. And a big shout to Stephen Bone, aka Boney, the treasurer of the club. Heal up that soft tissue damage in your hand. We'll see you back soon, man. We'll see you back soon. Training is every Wednesday from 7:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. at the Battersea Park all-weather AstroTurf pitch next to the children's playground, just off Prince of Wales Drive. So get yourself down to training. You might see the G-Man. You might see Straight Shooting LJA down there too if my knees hold. If my knees hold. But one of them was big shout out to Tristan Popel, the chairman of the club as well. Big shouts. You know, also had a couple of Ibis birthdays over the weekend as well. We had Ollie Wooden, who is captain of the Twos, and we had John East, who had their birthdays over the weekend as well. So all good, man. Big shouts to you guys. And you know what? Ibis 1s drew 2-2 with Q Association. The Ibis 2s had no game, which is going to play into my match report in a second. Norseman 3s beat the Ibis 3s 4-1. Will Hainsworth, the only scorer for Ibis. Dude, I wanted you on the 4s this season. I told you, see, if you'd stayed with us, you'd have been part of the 5-0 win against Queen Mary's Old Boys. 5-0. The Ibis 4s getting that winning feeling back again against Queen Mary's Old Boys 3s in the AFA Minor Cup. Starting lineup, Straight Shooting LJA, yours truly, Straight Shooting LJA, aka Liam Angel, in goal. We had Gideon Barnett, we had Carl Bolton, Carl Buffery, so the two Carls playing either side on fullback. We had Gideon Barnett, Christine, and Alex Laugharn playing in midfield, with Alex sitting in front, shielding the back four. Did a great job, by the way. We had Jack Lloyd and Will Hodges as our centre-back pairing, and we had Carlos Gordon on the right, Jordan Mills on the left, and Phil Obi as the point man going through the middle in attack. We had Gavin Henry and Barry Clark as subs, and Namo Matamisa did turn up extremely late, so unfortunately he ended up as an unused substitute because he turned up so late. But it's one of them was big shout outs to Mr. Pete Snell. Big shout, dude. It's one of them ones, man. Strategy, JBK, is strategy. But anyway, I'm going to leave that one aside. But so one of them was a quick match report. A great day started well with most of our guys turning up on time. Keep that in mind, as I'll be referencing that later. And from my team sheet this week, with a couple of twos players helping us out, quite a few of them actually, and strengthening the fours guys, I had a good feeling about this game. But I'm generally optimistic anyway. One of them, I think we're going to do all right. But once again, I decided to experiment with formation, so we played 4-3-3 with Carlos and Jordan playing just off Phil Obi as a point man. So very much, someone brought up the Christmas tree, someone else brought up the diamond formation, similar to England's kind of 4-3-3 in that way. But as said, Phil Obi as a point man, and a free in midfield of Christine and Gideon controlling the ball, with Alex Laugharn shielding the back four. Now we had a few twos playing for us this week, so that helped. But from start to finish, this game was a pleasure to play it. Didn't have much to do. But Carl Bolton got the first goal with a lovely volley from Gideon's corner, and after constant pressure from us, we had a lead to defend. And if not for an outstretched arm of mine, we might have actually lost that lead like a minute or two after we got it. But it's one of them was, there was a late bubble. There was a very late bubble. I had already dived thinking, yeah, it's going to be a routine save. Then I see a bubble later on. It's like, I've got stretch more. But tipped it out for a corner. and the result corner came to nothing. But the passing play and hard work continued from everyone. And you know what? And the defence, apart from a few corners, were largely untested.
Yeah.
So it was one of them ones, which helped me to remain untested generally, which of course was a relief for me. Very much a relief for me. And we soon got a second goal from Alex Larfan with a goal of the week contender that flew into the top left-hand corner. I mean, Carl's one was quality, and then Alex just put in an absolute belter. And it was like, oh my God, this is going so well. But there was a bit of an issue with Christine and Jordan Mills when a free kick was awarded to us, which basically revolved around Jordan putting the ball down to take it, but Christine actually taking it, and he hit the crossbar. But Jordan wasn't happy that he had put the ball down and someone else took the free kick. Wasn't happy about that. So it's one of those I had to do a bit of man management. Big shout out Jordan, don't worry about it, man. But it's one of them was. But in the grand scheme of things, it was a minor issue in the end. Our third goal was due to a bit of head tennis in the opposition box and ended up with one of the opposition defenders putting the ball into his own net. So we had a 3-0 lead going into the break. And our back line, and I said, the back line, apart from some corners and a few free kicks from distance, weren't really tested much. So it's one of them ones. My halftime team talk was actually quite an easy one this week because it was nothing but positive. No, it was nothing but positives. It was just a hearty, more of the same rallying cry. Like we really do. So he went back out and started where we left off in the first half by pressing the opposition. And Phil Obi had some great chances that he squandered. But you know what? To his everlasting credit, Phil did what all great strikers do. And he just kept plugging away. And he actually ended up scoring a very well-taken goal off the round and the keeper. Phil also had a big part to play in setting up Gideon for his goal, making Gideon's record 4 goals in 4 games. But it's one of them was due to us having 3 subs. Well, it actually ended up as 2 because of the late arrival. But yeah, anyway, one of our guys did turn up 10-15 minutes into the second half and ended up an unused sub. But I was actually fortunately able to rest a couple of my core 4s guys. So basically in the form of Carlos and Jordan, I rested them. I thought to myself, you know what, after the last cup game where we ended up picking up 2-3 injuries, I thought, you know what, let me rest a couple of people because I've got the opportunity to do it. So it allowed me to bring on the G-Man, Gavin Henry, and Barry Clark in the 2 advanced midfield positions and rounded out a resounding victory. As we marched on in the AFA Minor Cup, marched back to the clubhouse as a very happy team, apart from one minor issue. I won't bring that up on air. With that winning feeling again, and I was happy that I wasn't really tested, apart from a couple of catches and kind of getting my hand to a couple corners and a couple saves. I was fortunate that I wasn't really tested too much. So it's one of them ones.
I'm saying for once you're being mightily humble because I wouldn't say that. You made to be honest, you made some good saves. There's one where it could have bounced over your head, but you palmed it as the attacking player came into you. You palmed it over his head. Then there was another one where it looked like it was going into the your left hand side, and you palmed it away again. You made some quite a good saves. Obviously, you had the bubble in the first half, which again, a little crack on the joke because you'd already gone down before the ball had even come to you. But again,
it was just going to be routine, and
you still got your hand to that and managed to tip that one away. So it was quite a good performance. And yeah, man, like watching from the sidelines, I gotta say that Phil looked awesome. He was just a big powerhouse up front, and in the first half, Jordan and Carlos as well. Carlos was just ripping their left back to shreds. There was one point where he tried to round the player, and the player actually just took him out, knocked the wind out of him. But, like I said, it was a good victory, very good victory. And I did Cole's goal.
Yeah, it was a nice little volley from Gideon's corner. That was very nice.
Talk about goal of the match. 5 minutes in, score something like that. Excellent.
Yes. I was ecstatic. It's hard being a keeper though, because I can't make any real discernible impact from where I am. So it's like I can scream all I bloody want, and then it's like,
yeah, but you keep the team shape.
Well, I did.
Yeah, by doing all that screaming, you're just keeping the team shape.
I'm trying to. You always gotta try to.
It's good to have someone at the back that talks a lot. Maybe you should be there forever.
No, I'm not being in goal forever. That's not even funny. That's not funny, damn it. That's what that was. When's Kendall back? I'll put him in goal. No, okay. Even though he doesn't want to, I'll put him in goal. But, you know, speaking of Kendall Campbell, actually, Haringey Borough Women's FC is the next team that we feature on the grassroots segment, and they're located in Coles Park, White Hart Lane, Tottenham, London N17 7JP. They are on Facebook, Haringey Borough Women's FC. It's a private group. I'm sure if you ask nicely, they'll let you in. They're on Twitter as well, at HBWFC1. www.haringeywomenfc.co.uk is their official website. They train on Tuesday and Thursday evenings from 7:30pm until 9:30pm at Northumberland Park Community School, Truelock Road, London N17 0PG. And their match days are on Sundays. We usually get a match report from Kendall Campbell, but it's one of them we haven't got one, so big shout out to him, man. Big shout. Also, Stevenage Borough Ladies FC we feature as well. We usually get a report from Mr. Dave Potter, but we haven't got that either this week. Stevenage Borough Ladies FC, www.clubwebsite.co.uk/Stevenage BOROFC. The Facebook page is Stevenage Borough Ladies FC. And also, their first team plays in the Eastern Region Premier. And their reserves, their second team, play in the Eastern Region South League. It's Stevenage. I love the way Mike Conner was trying to correct, but www.clubwebsite.co.uk/Stevenage BOROFC. That's the link. That's the link that we've been given from the gaffer. But anyway. But they play on Sunday afternoons as well, and their home pitch is the Cody Coates Sports and Social Club, Berry Lane, Cody Coates SG4 8XX. All good. But you know what? As I said, big shout out to the Southern Amateur League at Glemnet SAL and Facebook.com/VSAL 1907. They had a huge match, obviously, recently, and the AFA at Amateur FA on Twitter. Big shouts to those two entities, especially after civil service. Big shout out to civil service and Polytechnic, who played on the Buckingham Palace Garden just a week ago. You know, big congratulations to them. Big congratulations to them.